and you could be one of them as well. So let's look at what exactly did they do. And this, we have put it in this presentation because this is how your journey is also going to look like if you get selected for this program and if you're a part of this program, right? So number one is they obviously learned the fundamentals and concepts of UX design. And how did they learn? We will be diving deeper into the structure of the program a little later, but the one important element of the program is on-demand video content. So you will be getting a ton of content, ton of right content on UX design that you will have to go through every week. And this is basically a glimpse of some of the topics that we have, right? So you'll be watching all of this content, and then you will work on projects that are similar to industry projects. That is what every learner who has taken this program in the past did. And these are some of the pictures of the projects that they have built. You can see some wireframes. You can see how they have went about building their entire project. And this is exactly what you will also be doing. And all of these projects are projects that you can actually put in your portfolio. And that is how you would be making a very, very powerful UX design portfolio over the course of the next 6 months if you join this program, right? So once they've done their projects were reviewed by Anudeep. And how do these reviews happen? These reviews happen over live calls so that you can get live feedback from Anudeep and correct them if there are any corrections that need to be made. And while all of this is happening, we also have Q&A sessions as part of this program. Every week, there is a Q&A session so that you can get all the doubts answered. And along with the weekly Q&A sessions, there is also a Discord community that we host for all the designers that are a part of this program, right? And all the learners keep putting in their questions in this Discord platform. And Anudeep either answers the questions on the Discord platform, or he takes it up in the weekly Q&A call. And as you can see, these are just screenshots of how the conversations happen on the Discord platform. And how questions are answered, right? And the best part about having this community is that even if you do not have a question, you can learn from the questions that are coming in from the community members, because since there is a selection process that we are following, everyone who gets into this program has a very, very high intent of either cracking a career in design or upskilling in design. And those are the kind of people that you will be interacting with. And the community access is for lifetime. So once they've done all this, they made their UX portfolios and they started applying for jobs. You can look at some of the screenshots that we have put of some of the beautiful portfolios, beautiful and powerful portfolios that these people have built as part of this program. And what were the results that some of them have clocked in the past? Looking at the same examples once again, Kavya got an internship offer at Ghana, right? And Shreya Subhangi, who was previously a software developer who wanted to shift to UX design, got a role at Walmart Global Tech India as a product designer. Prasanna, who was doing her higher studies, got a role at Audi as a UX, got an internship offer from Audi as a UX designer. Hariharan, who was tired of job hunting, got a product designer role at File. And Chandan got a UX designer role at HP Enterprise. And many, many, many more such stories. You can take a look at some of the names that we have put on the screen. And the reason behind showing all of these stories to you today is to take you through the journey of a learner who has already taken this course, so that you can relate to the entire program itself and then make your decision accordingly if you want to apply or not. Now, over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be talking more about what this program comprises of, what are the different support channels that you will be having, and all of that, right? So let's dive deeper into it. And at this point of time, I hope you are seeing yourself to be a part of this program. So this is a multi-track intensive program. What does that mean? There are 3 different tracks to this program. Number 1 is, of course, the live calls track, because this way you will be getting direct access to Anudeep. And unlike this webinar, all of you will be able to unmute yourself and talk directly to Anudeep and get your questions answered so that you get industry perspective directly. The second track is very, very important, which is the projects track. Like I mentioned earlier, there are going to be 3 projects that you will be doing as part of this entire program. And this way, you will be able to apply the learnings that you're having and also show your skill set to recruiters when you're applying for jobs. And the third, project reviews is obviously a part of project track itself. Every project that you do as part of this program will be reviewed by Anudeep so that you can get the right feedback and implement it before you move forward, right? And the third track is obviously the on-demand video track that I've shown screenshots of previously. So you will be getting a ton of UX design content. Now this content has been curated by some of the top mentors that we were able to bring on board along with Anudeep, and I'll also be showing you who these mentors are. But the difference between consuming this content and the content that is available on the internet is that this content has been curated by UX designers who are currently in the industry. So everything that is coming as part of this program is highly relevant for you to crack a career in UX design. There is a ton of UX design content on the internet as well, but you'll have to find the right kind of material online to be able to go through it, which is not impossible, of course, but it'll just take more time for you to do that. Here, you're getting everything at one place. So you will be learning concepts by watching this content, and you'll be applying your learnings on the projects that you will be doing as part of this program. Like I said, we were able to collaborate with some of the top designers that we have in the industry today to get this content. Who are they? We, of course, have Anudeep, who is the program director, but along with Anudeep, we were able to bring in King Siddharth, we were able to bring in Saptarshi, we were able to bring in Yamini and Vaibhav as well to help in making this content enriching. So that is what you will be getting access to. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what a typical week of the program would look like for you. You will be watching self-paced on-demand videos. And the reason why we have kept it on demand or in a recorded format is so that you can watch it n number of times at your own convenience, right? Even if you want to revisit a particular concept, you can go ahead and do that, and you will have access for a lifetime to this content. The second thing that you will be doing is you'll be working on your individual projects and assignments after you complete watching the content. And then you will attend the weekend live calls with Anudeep. You will get reviews on the projects that you have done. And apart from all of this, like I've been mentioning, there's a community of high intent UX designers that we are building. So you will be collaborating with your peers, with your community members to gain more insights about the industry itself and to get different perspectives. And all of this can be done in a period of 6 months or lesser if you are committed and dedicated enough. And there's, of course, a lot more. Like I said, there's a community that we are building. What exactly is going to happen in this community? You will not only get feedback from Anudeep on the projects that you're doing, but you can also leverage the power of the community that we are building. You can get feedback from them. You can find opportunities from this community itself, and you can grow your network on Discord and interact with like-minded UX enthusiasts. So this is a glimpse again of what the community looks like, and we'll be doing a deep dive into it for the selected folks as well. Apart from all of this, I think these are some of the points that I've already mentioned. Portfolio reviews will be happening. Design hackathons are a part of our community engagement initiatives, right? We would be conducting multiple design hackathons as part of the design community, and you will get access to all of this. And the best part about design hackathons is these are intensive group work projects, right? So you will build the skill of working with teams. which is very, very important for you to crack a, crack a, career as a designer. So yes, design hackathons, a little more about it. These are intensive group work projects. And all these projects that we would be giving you as part of the design hackathons would be very, very relevant to the industry. And along with that, every winner of the hackathon also gets an exciting prize from us. Let's also look at the program content. What is it that you will be learning as part of this program? Of course, there's only one slide that we have put here to talk about what exactly the program comprises of. But as we move forward in this presentation, I'll also share my screen to deep dive into the content, deep dive into the weekly modules to take you through that as well. Because we didn't want this presentation to kind of get extended, but to keep it very short and brief, you'll be learning the fundamentals of UX design. You'll work on 3 projects plus your own UX design portfolio and your resume. You will apply and learn UX research principles. You will apply and learn UX principles. You will also learn UI design principles and usability testing methods. That's just a little bit or a very small glimpse of what this program comprises of. Hold on for the next 2 minutes so that I can take you through the entire program content. But before we get into that, let's look at the application process. And I will be sharing the application form also on the chat box. So you'll first have to fill out the application form that I'll be sharing on the chat box. After that, once you've filled the application form, our admissions team will review these applications, and based on your responses to the questions that we have asked in the application form, you will be selected for the next round, which is a one-to-one interview. Now, the one-to-one interview call is again for us to understand more about our applicants, to understand more about what is it that they want to achieve from this program and what impact they can add to the community that we are building, right? And once the interview is done, the final selected candidates will receive a final enrollment email. And after that, they are into the program for the next 6 months. The process you might feel is a little long, but the reason why we are doing this is because we want to ensure that the most dedicated and hardworking people with the right intent of upskilling themselves join this UX Career Accelerator program that we have built with Anudeep. All right, with that, do take 2 minutes to apply for the mentorship program. Now, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so that I can put in the application form link on the chat box, and would really encourage all of you to fill this application form out. Give me a second to put this on the chat box for all of you to access it. Awesome. It's on the chat box. Go ahead, click on it, and apply for the 6-month UX Career Accelerator program. And I'm just typing that out while I'm saying it. Awesome. Now, while you're applying for the program, ensure that you're giving proper details about yourself, and also ensure that you're mentioning why is it that you should be selected for this program amongst all the applications that we would be receiving, because that is one question that will help us shortlist your profile. Now, while you are at it, let me share my screen once again to take you through the entire curriculum of the program to show you what exactly you will be learning. And I'll share this link as well with all of you, right? I hope you are able to see my screen. Let me just put this link also on the chat box so that you can refer to it later on. Awesome. Just give me a second to do that. All right. This is a Notion document that will essentially give you all the information that you would need about this program. I'm going to skip the top highlights of the program because we have already spoken about it. But like I mentioned before, 100% of the learners who have completed this program completely have gotten jobs as part of this program, right? So I'm just going to be quickly sharing this video as well with all of you, but before that, I think I'll have to share my sound as well. Let me do that. All right. let's take a minute or two to watch this video so that you get a glimpse of what all things happen in this program and how do they happen. And after that, right after this video, I'm going to talk about the program structure as well that we have right over here. So let me just go ahead and play this video for all of you. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching that. Just going to share my screen once again. But the idea of showing this video to all of you is to give you a glimpse of what exactly happens inside of the program. And I hope all of you have gotten that. While you are filling the form right now, let me again share my screen to take you through what all things are covered in this program, the actual curriculum of the program, right? So we have something called as week 0, which is ideally the setup week, in which we'll be giving you an introduction about the program. What is it that you would be expected to do over the course of the next entire 6 months? We will also be giving you an assignment to do in week 0 itself for you to understand what UX design means to you. And there is an assignment attached to that, which is a self-intro assignment. And as we move forward, week 1 is all about the fundamentals of UX design. It's about understanding the design industry, the products, getting a knowledge about products and services, and about various digital mediums. Week 2 is to understand what the life of a designer looks like at startups, or what does it look like at corporates. It's also to understand how people can become freelance designers, what is freelance designing all about, and how you can go about that if that interests you. And in week 2, we will also understand how to deliver a presentation in a limited time frame, because that is very important when you reach to interview stage, right? In week 3, we will be looking at requirement analysis, understanding design problem, business problems. You'll be working on hypothesis, working on your hypothesis. You'll be working on competitive analysis. You'll be preparing for user research. You will conduct user surveys and research. You will understand user behavior from business data, and all of that is packed into week 3 of the course. And as you can see, I'm not reading the assignments out, but you can see it on the screen. And if you open the Notion document, you will find that as well, find it there as well. Week 4 is about getting familiar with Figma, because Figma is one of the tools, one of the widely used tools in design, right? So you'll get familiar with Figma. You will learn how to utilize Figma for other processes apart from UI development. You will create low fidelity and high fidelity wireframes. You will also be making clickable prototypes, and you will also understand motion and gestures. In week 5, you will dive deeper into understanding who your users are, and everything in week 5 is around users. What all things can you do to understand your users more and more in depth. Week 6 is all about understanding how to present a detailed UX project from scratch. You will understand how to mold the presentation according to the interviewer's requirements, and you will get feedback for all of this from your mentor Anudeep and from the community as well. In week 7, we will look at the fundamentals of interaction design and user interface. And some topics around that. You will understand how to use your research to build the product that you're working on. You will understand what the problem statement is. You will understand um, how to build a hypothesis around it and how to finalize your hypothesis. And you will deep dive into secondary research methods as well. In week 8, we'll be looking at the fundamentals of component-based smart iterative design. You will look at the fundamentals of interface design for various digital mediums. You will make clickable prototypes. Again, you will get a deeper understanding of motion and gestures and about interaction design principles. And in week 9, it's all about ideating solutions, again creating low fidelity and high fidelity wireframes based on all of the data that you have collected so far. And you will understand everything around colors, typography, iconography, all of that. And week 10 is all about translating an advanced and elaborate project into a case study. You will understand the difference between all the 3 projects, and you will gain insights from your peers in the community. In week 11 is when you will understand your fundamental qualities. You will understand the art of writing about yourself. You will understand what storytelling is all about, how to do presentations in a very efficient manner through which you can talk more about yourself. And in week 12, it's all about building your own brand, leveraging social media platforms so that you can reach to the right people who can help you get started in your UX design journey. These could be recruiters, these could be anyone who would want to recruit you or give you a job that pays you more than what you are actually getting right now. So the link to this Notion doc has already been shared on the chat box. There is another link that's attached to the bottommost part of this Notion document, which is titled UX Anudeep Student Projects and Success Stories. If you want to get a glimpse of what the earlier students of this program have done, you can go through this sheet as well to take a look at their portfolios, to take a look at their case studies, the case studies that they have worked on as part of this program. So, yep, with that, we will now start taking some of the questions that have come up on the chat box. Anudeep, do you want me to read them out to you? Or
right. I'll. Yes, awesome. Okay, so I know all of you are bubbling with a lot of questions. So what we'll do is we'll try and get a lot, the most honest perspectives about a lot of questions which you all have, right? So what we'll do is we'll try and take as non-textbook examples as possible, right? And then as practical manner as possible. We'll try and take those examples and we'll get answers to most of your questions, right? What we'll also do is we will focus on unlearning, right? Not just about learning what is right. We'll also focus on what is that you have to unlearn over here as well, right? Okay, so if I go through the questions, yes, thank you so much for calling out the energy, right? Okay, fine. So one of the popular questions is, hey Anudeep, what's the future of UX design career? How is it that I can, does this career stay, right? Going forward into the future, is UX design really a very good option for people, right? Okay, so let me clarify that to you. If you've seen the session, what I've tried to do is I've clearly established that it is not enough that if you become just good in some tool and call yourself a UX designer, right? You have seen that, right? So you need to understand that people have always been solving problems. Do you agree or not? Right? All of you agree that people have always been solving problems right from early man stage, right? They might have made some tools, you might have read your textbooks, right? You made some, humans used to make some tools, humans used to make some wheel and all the stuff. So it's not uncommon that we actually solve problems for humans. It's not like that, right? But what keeps happening is the medium which is used to go and identify problems to be solved keeps changing. Let me explain how. So what happens is, let's say you wanted to book a cab 10 to 15 years back. What would you have done? You'd have gone to the road, almost, hey, bhaiya, please stop. Almost had an accident, stopping the car, and then tried to go and book the car, right? Fast forward to now, what's happening? You can actually go and open your phone through an app. You can simply go and book a cab, and the cab comes to you. So what's happening over here is, with the advancement of technology, with the availability of multiple interfaces to us, what's happening is there are multiple opportunities through which multiple things are becoming easier for us, right? So a problem about not finding a cab is being solved through a new medium, a medium which did not exist 10 years back. You did not, probably some 15 years back, right? You might not have had the phones and OSs which could handle booking cabs, but now that exists. So whenever a new medium opens up, businesses always utilize those opportunities to go and make our lives easier. So what does it mean? Only thing which changes is the mediums. Only thing which can change is the tools. But solving problems